21, 22, 23. We're missing 3 students. Can anyone help me figure out who's playing hooky? Hey everyone, I am Kylie here at Games Unlimited in Pittsburgh, and I get to talk to you about a very special game today. This is a game called Hooky. Now, why is this special? There's a couple reasons why it's special. One, the designer of the game, James Miller, passed away back in 2020, but one of his requests was that some of his friends who had helped playtest the game get the game finished, get it published, and he wanted the proceeds of the game to be donated to one of his favorite charities, the Friends of Asima, that helps kids get educational opportunities in India. So there's a really cool backstory to the game, but it also came together as a really cool word and deduction game. So what do I mean by word and deduction game? Well, it's a word game, so your vocabulary is going to help you there. You're going to be coming up with words and asking some questions of the other players. What you're trying to do is figure out which 3 students are playing hooky. So you've got a deck of 26 cards, and each of these cards has a letter of the alphabet on it. And each of them is actually named for a student. So A is for Arjun, O is for Urja, we've got Sarah for the S. So you've got 26 letters of the alphabet, 26 different students in class, but at the beginning of the game, you're going to shuffle them up, remove 3 of those letters. Those are the 3 students who are playing hooky today. So the goal of the players are to figure out which of those 3 students are. This is where the deduction comes in. So you're going to have to use the information you have to try to figure out what cards the other players have, therefore, by process of elimination, figuring out which students are missing. So you're going to start the game with 5 cards in your hand. So you're going to have 5 of these cards. In this case, I've got the S, the A, the O. Ooh, wow, okay. I got all the vowels here. So I've got the S, the A, the O, the U, and the T. And every player is going to have 5 cards. And they're going to give a 5-letter word. So you can come up with any 5-letter word you want, as long as at least one of the letters that you have in your hand is in that word. So given what I have here, I might say, oh boy, let me say grape. I'm going to say the word grape. Now I have the A in this, so there's an A in there. So I'm going to say grape 1. That 1 means that of the 5-letter word grape, one of those letters is in my hand. So everybody knows I have one of those 5 letters in my hand. So everyone's going to do that, give you a little starting point. And then on your turn, you're going to ask another player, you're going to give them a 5-letter word, and they have to tell you how many letters are in their hand. So over a number of rounds you're doing this. You're also getting to hear what other players are asking, what questions they're asking, what answers they're giving. And you're going to use your little sheet here. I know it looks complicated, but it's just a way to write down the different words that have been asked, the amount of letters in there, who asked the question, because that can be important, and eventually narrowing down what cards are in other players' hands and what 3 students are missing. There's also, at the end of rounds 1, 2, and 3, a new letters pulled up. So like the letter R was not in the game, but now we know it's not an R that's missing from that's part of the missing students. So the game takes about 45 minutes. It's really cool because the scoring, it's not like some traditional deduction games where it's just, oh, as soon as someone says, I know what the 3 are, they say it and they win. You're actually going to have opportunities to write down on your score sheet what letters you think the opponents have. And on rounds 4, 5, and 6, writing down your guesses for the 3 missing students. And depending on how correct you are, you're going to get points. The game lasts 6 rounds. No one has to guess correctly. You're just going to figure out how many points you've gotten given how many answers you got correct of who was missing, and how many letters you got correct in the other player's hands. Great little game. I mean, it really flexes those deduction muscles. Because of the 5-letter thing, it's got a lot of similarities. People are going to think of Wordle, trying to come up with the perfect word that's going to allow them to figure out what letters are in the other player's hands. And there's a little bit of deceit involved, because the questions you ask players, they're going to assume you don't have those letters in your hand. So maybe you actually ask questions that you know that you have those letters, but the other players might not know that, and they'll think, okay, you're hunting for a certain thing. Great game, cool theme, wonderful organization. This is one of those games you can feel great about buying because you know the money's going to a good cause. That is Hooky. I'm Kylie here at Games Unlimited. If this looks interesting to you, please come on down. We'd love to talk to you about it, help you pick up a copy. And if you're not in the Pittsburgh area, we're happy to ship one to you. We do free shipping at $100. I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited. Come on down, pick up a copy, and unbox some fun.